jump to Canelo,
Yeah,
Berlanga.
yeah.
Entertaining fight.
Mm-hmm.
Your thoughts?
Take my hat off, Edgar Berlanga. Everybody thought he was gonna get stopped, but me, I definitely thought he was gonna get stopped around the fifth, sixth round. I thought Canelo would be too much for him. Of course, I knew Berlanga had the advantage when it came to size, but when the fight started, you could tell Berlanga was just trying to get used to being there. Like, this is something really new for me. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? I'm gonna play my part. I'm gonna do my part. But like, I really don't know what this hitting for. You know what I mean? I'm saying that because when he was shooting his punches, he wasn't fully committing to the punches. You know what I mean? He was just putting them out there just to say he throwing back. The first round was a real slow round. Canelo trying to fill him out, giving him the option to go. Canelo see that he wasn't gonna throw, so Canelo pop a jab at him to see what he was gonna do. But he kept it, you know what I mean? He kept it basic. And I think that was smart on the surviving part, because if you'd have tried to do too much too early, you would have got caught with something, which we saw with that feint in the third round. Canelo feinted down. He bit for it, got caught with a clean hook, pretty hook. But his chin held up. You know what I mean? He didn't go out. People think when you get knocked down, you don't have a chin. That's not having a chin. When you don't have a chin, that's when you go out. You know what I mean? You sleep.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that happens a few times. When that happens a few times, that's a guy who don't have a chin. To me, Berlanga showed he had a chin because you got hit by one of the best punchers in the game early in the fight, and continued to fight for another 9 rounds and got better as the rounds went by. Didn't win the rounds. I didn't think he was winning too many rounds, but he got better. He got comfortable, you know what I mean, to some point where he was even speaking to Canelo while they was in the ring. He was saying things to him, you know what I mean, trying to motivate himself. But at the same time, I felt like Canelo, you could definitely see the wear and tear in the age, because as the rounds went by, yeah, he's throwing the punches, and they good punches, but the explosiveness is not the same,
Yeah.
you know what I mean, as it once was. So I felt like Edgar Berlanga actually got a golden ticket last night. Got a golden ticket because you was in there with the best and you survived. But not only survived, you lived to talk about it, where you lost, but you ain't get your ass beat so bad that it's like, should he fight again? You know what I mean? It's like, nah, I'm cool. I just, I was in there with the best. You know what I mean? And Canelo showed why he the best. He adjusted a lot. He used his jab. He realized times when Berlanga was trying to load up punches and he wouldn't let him get it off. He kept his hands up all night. You know what I mean? He stayed smart. And that's where the respect lies. If Canelo didn't respect him, he wouldn't have kept his hands up. He would have been having fun with him, taunting him, doing all types of stuff. You know what I mean? But he respected Berlanga too. You could tell Berlanga real strong. But to be honest, if Berlanga lock in the way he locked in for Canelo for the rest of these fights, he's going to be the monster at 68.
Wow. Do you think they mixing now Berlanga versus Caleb Plant maybe next?
Absolutely. I mean, it's no excuses, because Caleb Plant looked good last night. You look good even in the loss, but it was against Canelo. Y'all both fought Canelo, both lost to him. You know what I mean? Here we go. It's a storyline behind it. And they done already shared words with each other, let each other know how they feel. You know what I mean? We know it's a little bit of beef there. You know what I mean? Even up is closest to the press conferences and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So Berlanga has crossed that threshold of fighting contenders and things like that, and now you champions. So yeah, give me all the ex-champions, the current champions. Yeah, Berlanga is in that mix-up now, so yeah, he should stay there.
Flip side, Canelo.
Yeah.
Canelo gets to win, young up and coming fighter.
Yeah.
Benavidez next, or do we see that fight anytime soon?
I don't think we get that fight at all, because Benavidez is just too much for Canelo right now. You could tell.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Canelo's still nasty, but the rate, he wouldn't be able to keep that rate with Benavidez. That's what that fight is about. The punch rate and the heart rate and everything. What he will put Canelo through. And I'm not saying like he'll just straight beat Canelo ass. I'm not saying it like that, but what I'm saying is that level of fighting, you know what I mean, as far as energy, Canelo don't feel like putting out. I don't feel like that. I'm gonna make my money regardless. You know what I mean? He had 20,000 people, 20,000 plus people in the T-Mobile, and they all was screaming for him. So I don't have to fight Benavidez. And I understand it, you know what I mean? Now, the more I think about it, these guys getting older and stuff like that, but I would love to see that fight, but I don't think we even get that fight at all.
I think that's like the business side of boxing.
Yeah,
why that
sure.
fight not gonna happen. It's the
for
business
sure.
side. You know
but it would be still great business if it did happen. But Canelo, like, no, I don't feel like
make the same money.
Yeah, they're gonna make great money.
Yeah.
I mean, and they both Mexican. That's the crazy part. You know
Mm.
what I'm saying? That would make great money.
So after this fight this weekend, we got Canelo versus Berlanga. Now, one more thing about Berlanga, I want to say. I just think I don't know if you pay attention to it as well.
Yeah.
I think Berlanga got to get more skill in the ring, like like for example, like pull counter, stab to the body. There's just stuff like that.
Yeah.
A little bit more, add a little bit more to his arsenal.
I see what you saying. You're right. But the reason you don't see it with guys like Canelo,
Yeah,
Canelo not gonna let you do certain stuff to him. You know what I mean? And it's like, and you can feel that. One thing about fighters, you can feel the tension between each other, and then you can feel the vibrations. So if you do something if you do something and the guy see it, you will see that he see it.
yeah,
And you know he took a note. So he's like, I ain't about to do that again. And then he socked me next time. You know what I'm saying? Or he too smart for that. Or I don't want to open up too much to get hit by this guy. Those things that you talk about, he definitely need to apply for sure. But I think that's what happens when you fight a Canelo. You're going to learn that it is things you can do.
hmm
You do have to let your skills show a little more. You got to trust yourself and you got to believe in yourself. Did he believe in himself? Yeah, but not 100%. I think he was about probably about 80% belief. You know what I mean? Because if you look at it, Berlanga very strong. He's very strong, and he could have made something happen. But a lot of those times, he put himself up against the ropes, and he was just playing it safe. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like he wasn't acting like Jamel, but he was just like, I ain't about to get put out. Like I ain't doing that to me.
Do you think the reason why he was backing up against the ropes a lot was because he respected Canelo's power and he didn't want to get stopped, or just that he just
I think it's all the above. The power, the skill set, the intimidation factor. Canelo is intimidating because even at 5'7", worldwide frame, he looked like a linebacker, a little short linebacker. You know what I mean? Real big shoulders, he walking up on you, and you know he's slick. See, that's the thing. When the guy can walk up on you and be slick, that's a dangerous guy. You know what I mean? Because that means no matter what you shoot at him, he'll get in between it, he'll get around it, and he'll touch you with something you ain't see because you ain't expected to happen. So that's why you seen Berlanga jabbing a lot last night, because a jab is a safe punch. You know what I'm saying? So he was trying to keep him on a straight line and keep it basic. That's why he was going with 1-2s, double jab, one right hand. Like he was doing stuff like that because those are safe shots. You know what I mean? When you start opening up wide, you know what I mean, things happen. Now, what I did notice was Berlanga kind of started looking at it like a spar. The reason I say that, Canelo started taking hooks that he probably learned from Triple J. He turned them over top like this here. He tried to hit him on top of his head.
yeah.
Berlanga throw the same shot back. Like, hold up, let me see what that look. But he wasn't believing in it. You know what I'm saying? It's like he only throwing it just to be like, oh, I got some of that too, but not really like really trying to crush him with it. You know what I mean? And I felt like he was doing that just to keep the respect to Canelo. You know what I mean? Which is smart too. Sometimes you gotta mimic your foe. You know what I mean? Because he wouldn't expect that. So it was smart, but it was kind of like coming from like a sparring type stance where I'm throwing it, but I ain't really trying to put everything on it because I ain't trying to get hurt behind it. So I mean, but I ain't gonna lie, I got a lot of respect for Berlanga after that fight. He showed me a lot. He did.
So now Berlanga, with the experience of fighting Canelo, you see fighters after they fight certain fighters, they turn into something.
Yeah.
I
Just
mean,
like Canelo leveled up skill wise after Floyd.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Do you think we get the same from Berlanga going forward?
I think we do because he proud of himself right now. You know what I mean? If we just be real about the fight, nobody thought Berlanga was going past 8. Nobody. Everybody I talked to, the mark was at 8 rounds.
Yeah.
I even said 5 or 6. And guess what? 5 or 6 kind of got ugly for him.
It did.
You know what I mean? But he rolled it out. So he gained fans last night. He gained experience last night. He made some great money last night. You know what I'm saying? So he feeling great about himself. He could walk around with his head held high. You know what I'm saying? Because he didn't go about it the way Jamel did. Jamel just kind of really shelled up and he ain't want no trouble. But Berlanga was like, I'm here. You know what I mean? I ain't going to give you everything, but I'm here though. You know what I mean? You're going to know I was in the ring. So I feel like knowing now that you can fight one of the best in the world and perform and still survive and look good, not look good like as far as his fight game, but like he came out of there, you know, he wasn't really beat up too
Yeah.
bad. I mean, he had some marks and stuff, but his eye wasn't closed, nothing like that. He didn't get his jaw broke or nothing like that. I mean, he still feel good about himself. He could look himself in the mirror in the morning. You know what I mean? So with that, I think, yeah, he go back in the gym. And like I said, if he lock in the way he did for Canelo, for any of those other guys, we got a dangerous guy.
Exactly.
You know what I
How
mean?
soon should Berlanga get back in the ring off of this high, like, of fighting Canelo?
I mean, we got to be real. He made the most money he made so far in his career last night. I could see him go make some purchases. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whether investments or just for personal value or whatever. I could see him doing that. That's probably gonna take a good month and a half.
Yeah.
And then so I mean maybe back February. I'll probably say February or March. I think we see Berlanga back
And Canelo, Canelo Cinco de Mayo
for
gonna be
sure.
back May, sometime around May,
For
April.
sure. Yeah.
Who do you think we see him with next?
Man, that's a great question. At 68, he might, you know who he might pull out? That Canadian. I mean, yeah, he Canadian, I think. Christian and Billy.
Oh yeah.
Somebody like that. That'd be an entertaining fight.
Or maybe the other Charlo. Maybe the other Charlo might want.
Maybe that too. You're right. I ain't think about that. Yeah. So yeah, there's some good fights out there. Or maybe Caleb Plant might squeeze back in there. You never know.
So? Yeah.
Never know with this game. You know what I'm saying? But it's some guys out there for sure. 68 loaded.
All right, man. I appreciate you, G, man. You got
Yeah,
the baby out.
for sure.
Came out to see my guy, man.
Yeah,
man.
appreciate you.
Always a pleasure, bro.
Yes, sir.